Hello, and thanks for joining me. A short one this week, mostly because I'm still recovering from COVID, and thanks again to everyone who sent me thoughts and well wishes over the last few days. I just wish my sense of taste would come back. Turns out that really is a thing. Also, please be sure to get vaccinated and boosted if you haven't already. You'll thank me later, and so will your loved ones. Anyway, here's what happened this week in Anti-Atheism. Atheist confession, receiving and responding to your rants about religion and God. This person seems to favor a loving-kindness approach to atheists. In this video, she has a sign on her wall that says, Atheist of the Month, Dave, which made me feel really special for about 2 seconds before realizing she probably didn't mean me, because I've never spoken with her. But here's the thing, if you characterize what atheists have to say about religion and God as rants, that probably isn't conducive to your approach of winning them over with loving-kindness. It certainly isn't winning me over. Pastor explains why the metric system is an Antichrist atheist conspiracy. Please don't use kilometers and go to hell for it. He says the French atheists came up with kilometers because they didn't want to use miles because miles are used in the Bible. But guess how long the biblical mile was? We don't know for certain, but it was somewhere between 960 and 1150 meters. The kilometer is 1,000 meters, and the English statute mile is 1,609 meters. So it sounds like the great Antichrist atheist conspiracy tricked you into deviating from the Bible. Aren't we clever? And doesn't this man's God sound petulant? Sending people to hell for using the metric system because kilometers aren't mentioned in the Bible? I mean, can you imagine anything more childish? Islam's God is a god of lust. David Wood here, who never seems to have read the Song of Solomon. Come blow into my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat his pleasant fruits. That's in the Bible. And that's not to mention the massacres in which God ordered his people to slaughter every man, woman, and child except for the young women who were to be raped. A main thesis of my channel is that if an all-loving God exists, then the God of the Bible does not exist, and vice versa. A secondary thesis is, pots shouldn't call kettles black. God exists. Young Catholic priest confounds atheist professors live on TV. Back in the 80s from the look of it. And the priest doesn't look that young. Maybe kind of young, maybe late 30s if he's had a stressful life. And I have no idea who that atheist professor is, but I can tell you that when someone presents dogmatic nonsense to me and calls it convincing grounds for belief, that's roughly the same expression that comes on my face. Messing with atheists. Sometimes it's fun to mess with atheists. I mean, everything has no meaning, so they shouldn't assign any meaning to what I'm... Okay, there are some things, and I've said this before, that it's just time to call Christians under the carpet about. It is true, under atheism, that nothing has any meaning in a divine, cosmic, God-given, or God-grounded sense. Now, you stand there on the carpet, and you derive from that, or you prove that it follows from that nothing has any meaning in any sense under atheism. If you want to use this argument, you have to do that. And you can't do that, because it just ain't true. It's just like ethics. It's true that under atheism, there are no ethics in a divine, cosmic, God-given, or God-grounded sense. Now, you stand there on the carpet, and you derive from that, or you prove that it follows from that there are no ethics in any sense under atheism. You can't, because it ain't true. Practical atheists, living as if God is irrelevant. And she's shopping, and she's got sunglasses on, and she's smiling, and what a horrible way to live. But you know what? If you're going to keep making practical atheism a thing, then we're going to start making practical Christianity a thing. This atheist is an anti-vaxxer? They're a practical Christian. That atheist believes in astrology? They're a practical Christian. An atheist over there doesn't know the basic rules of critical thinking and logic and reason? They're a practical Christian. How about that? Does that work for you? Or would you think us petulant? Christian Atheist Week 4, Sharing Your Faith, and the only reason I'm including this one is, if you look at the thumbnail, it looks like it says Christian Heist. Doesn't it? I know it's atheist cut off, but it looks like heist. Christian heist. And my first reaction was, is the Christian film industry so desperate that it's starting to make heist films? Reservoir Saviors? The Sea of Galilee's 11? Christception? No, wait, I got it. The Taking of Bethlehem 123. Yes, Christian filmmakers get to work on The Taking of Bethlehem 123 and be sure to send me the royalty checks. Dear Deborah, letter number 7. Will God let me marry an atheist? Will God let me? I mean, Christian atheist marriages are rare, but they do happen, and if there was an epidemic of Christians being struck by lightning at the altar, I'm pretty sure I would have heard about it. What you mean is it acceptable to Christians like you if other Christians get married to atheists? The answer, and this is a direct quote from 1 Thessalonians, is
none of your damn business.
Why we do Christian apologetics, Dinesh D'Souza. Well, in your case, Dinesh, it certainly does pass the time when you're in prison, doesn't it? Oh wait, it wasn't prison, it was a community confinement center. My bad. We'll do one more. How atheists think. God does not exist, therefore God is the only thing I want to discuss. So in my home state, shortly before the Obergefell decision, there was a referendum on a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage. A state senator who supported the amendment said, "I don't care about being on the right side of history, I care about being on the right side of eternity." Now think about it. A person seeking to deny happiness and dignity to thousands of people he's never met and never will meet, and it's because he's afraid of the theological consequences. This proves what Steven Weinberg said. With or without religion, you're going to have good people doing good things and evil people doing evil things. But for good people to do evil things, that takes religion. And that's why I see a great deal of utility in discussing the existence of God. But in fairness, I do sometimes want to discuss things like Star Trek, board games, guinea pigs, and, why the Vikings can't get their shit together, and that's what happened this week in Anti-Atheism. If you enjoyed this video and want to help my channel grow, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to share anything interesting, funny, or tragic that happened to you this week, leave a comment below. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. I'm David John Wellman, and the rest is up to you.